And we are live. Welcome to Glammaz Closet, guys. It's kind of a miracle I am here on time because we sprung forward last night. I had no idea until I woke up this morning and my phone said 8:26 and all of a sudden it said 9:26 and I'm like, oh crap. So yay for catching, thank goodness, before it started. And good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am Glammaz, and this is Glammaz Closet, and we are just going to chit-chat this morning. And let's start with saying hello to the chat. Good morning, Brenda Reed. Mwah, tackle hugs, honey. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Happy Sunday, gorgeous. Hello. Back at ya. Mwah. Good morning, Jennifer Hayes. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Thank you again for the gold hostlings from Angie Sale. Love them. Yes, those were so cute. Well, you are so welcome. It's my pleasure, of course. And today I will be on with the Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale. I'll be doing their auction this afternoon, and it is a privilege and an honor to be a part of their channel. They are very, very kind and always entertaining, and I just love them so much. They are good buddies for me. And so, yeah, we're gonna have fun. And Denise's Magical Emporium will be there, and she's also sassy, and I like her too. So we'll have a lot of fun today. Got some really, I think, cool stuff. I don't know. It's up to you. But come check it out. I think it's going to be a nice sale. Ashley Reed, good morning, honey. Mwah. I hope you're great this morning. It's good to see your lovely face. And there is Ronnie Tackles. Hello. Good morning, Ronnie. I got to see Veronica actually behind the scenes last night, which it's just so nice to be able to chat with friends that you haven't chatted with in a minute. And we like, send each other memes and stuff and talk on Instagram. But it's nice to see them in person. And I haven't taken the time to hop on and list with her in a long time. And we just had a nice time last night. It was really nice. The time change, none of it I asked for yet. Here we are. Yeah, I don't like this whole spring forward, fall back thing. I just think I'm like, we're not a nation of farmers anymore. Can we sort of, can we get with the times? I mean, I just don't see a reason why we should spring forward and fall back anymore. It's getting annoying. And especially this morning. I was about half awake when I stumbled in, and I was like, oh, crap, it's an hour later than I thought. Good morning, Mommy Linden. Mwah. Good morning. Kisses across the pond. Yeah, we're an hour earlier than, we have this thing called springing forward and falling back, and it's annoying. We have these time changes thing, daylight savings time, they call it, and it saves me nothing. Ashley, good morning, honey. How's my heart? Mwah. How are you, my heart? I love it. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here this morning. I really appreciate it. Yeah, but then in Europe, the time change isn't for another few weeks. So Europe does have the time change. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that they had it. I thought it was a wholly American dumbass thing. I gotta be honest. P. Murph, my brother from another mother. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good morning, P. Murph. It's good to see you. I hope you had a fun night out last night. And advertising for Domino's, Patrick Murphy is the best advertiser for Domino's. I really think Domino's doesn't realize what they've got in him, and they should really start sending him free pizza coupons. which really grinds my gears. And it's the US's fault because now the time difference is all effed up. Yeah. Yes, it is. And it has been. And I'm like, nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. And yet we persist. And if you have family and work partners there, it's dumb now because I never know if it's 5, 6, or 7 hours ahead. Right. Right. It's usually I know that when I go live, Great Britain is the UK is 6 hours ahead, so it's 4 in the afternoon for Lin right now. They should instead of letting dumbass influence sitting in their car. Yeah, they should, but some people do not like the time change. I'm not a fan. When I was young and clubbing, it meant that my bar would close down an hour early, so I didn't like that. But I did like it when you fell back and you got an extra hour at the bar. Not that any of us required it, but yeah. Our clocks go back the 28th, 29th of March. No kidding. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I don't like the time change either, Ashley. But, being retired makes it a little easier. Normally, I don't have to get up and go to a job, so that's good. Excuse me. Still feeling the after effects of that cough. Ooh, from whatever bug I had that's going around. Seems like everybody's catching it. Everybody's catching that bug. So yay. It's both gross and not fun at all. So I got an email from Poshmark. Sorry, forward. Yeah, spring forward, fall back. Yeah. I woke up at 10:30 today. I never sleep that long. I do, but not on Sundays. Yeah. And last week I tried to do like a 2 in the afternoon brunch, and that did not work out well for me at all. Both schedule wise and it just was not the brunch that I thought it would be. Let's see. So I got an email from Poshmark. Let's read that really quickly. A couple of emails from Poshmark, actually. Poshmark has. Okay. So they said, "Hi, Glammaz. We're reaching out to share an important update about boutiques on Poshmark. As part of our efforts to simplify the shopping experience, boutiques will be discontinued in the coming weeks. What this means for you, existing boutique listings will automatically convert to new with tags beginning in March, that's fine. Your listing and sales history will remain unchanged. Your items will continue to appear in search alongside other new inventory. Boutique-specific tabs, filters, and seller tools will be removed. No action is required from you. We'll take care of the update." And it seems to me, I'm not entirely sure why they would do that. It seems like unnecessary. It just seems like unnecessary messing with something. It doesn't really affect me. I don't sell like 90% boutique or anything like that. If I have something new with tags, I'll 90%, most of the time, I won't put it in a boutique unless it's like vintage new with tags or something really, really special. And I don't think the boutique helps it in any way. Maybe they're trying to streamline the thing. To be honest, it's not that bad because people don't use the boutique thing not in the way it's supposed to, because it's really only for wholesale stuff. And new with tags isn't the same as boutique. Yeah, I think the only thing that would matter would be like if they did a Poshmark party where it was like a boutique party, then we're all missing out on stuff. But in favor of wholesalers, which that's a whole nother, that's a whole other thing. Um, because Poshmark originally was not set up for wholesalers. But that being said, I understand why they would invite wholesalers because it increases their revenue and their bottom line. And everything, every app is going to change with certain, market corrections and things like that. So, so be it. Things evolve and they change as they go along. Mm. Right, but none of the stuff you or I sell as boutique as Poshmark defines it. Exactly, exactly. So yeah, that was a weird one. And then I got, then I got this email. You're invited to preview the new Poshmark experience. A new Poshmark experience. We're introducing a refreshed Poshmark experience, and you've been selected for an exclusive first look. Attend the live webinar that works best for you to unlock beta access. So I picked the one on Wednesday, March the 11th at 11 a.m. At Pacific time. I may or may not go, but I figured I'd better pick one and reserve a spot. But they've got like a cell phone, a smartphone that's circled. So I'm guessing it has to do with the Poshmark app and maybe any changes. Yeah, it says Poshmark's new app experience walkthrough, and they confirmed it. So it has to do with the Poshmark app as it applies to your cell phone. So that is, I saw that and immediately deleted. I just figured, find out what it's about and see what it's about. I don't know, see what it's about. I have found myself sourcing more online lately, and I'm curious as to whether or not you all source online. There have been some things that I sourced. I sourced because the original thing that I bought online did not fit. Specifically, let me share the tea. Specifically, Rothy's. If you're buying Rothy's, know that they will be at least a half a size too small if you're buying it in your regular size. Rothy's they tend to run small. And I had no idea about that. So I bought my first pair of Rothy's in my regular shoe size, 9.5. And then I wore them out one night. They were comfortable at the beginning of the night. And by the end of the night, it was like I was walking on razor blades. It was so bad. They were so small and they were squinching up my toes. You ever wear a pair of heels that's just too small? It was squinching up my toes, and I was like, oh God, my toe knuckles are going to have big blisters and stuff. So I got them home, and there were some dusty parking lots at the fundraiser thing. So I got them home and I washed them, because you can wash Rothy's. And I washed them out, and they were actually cleaner than when I got them by the time I finished. And put them back up for resale. I repashed them because I was like, I can't wear these. And then I got a 10 and a 10.5, and I'm trying to decide which ones fit better, but they definitely fit better than the 9.5. So if you're purchasing Rothy's for yourself or for someone that you love, just know that they do run small. They run on the small side. So you may want to go up a half a size to a size. Oh, Glammaz, I woke up to a fig sale, and I think you spoke that into existence last night. I'm glad one of us woke up to a fig sale. I posted both of mine last night. If you don't know what figs are scrubs. See, the thing is that when you walk into a thrift store and all of the racks, and you see somebody over at the sweater rack going, there's probably a reseller, right? And it just seems like the thrift store is overcrowded, and nobody's I don't know. It just seems like, it's going to be really picked over. Start looking at the intimate section. I'm not talking about underwear or bras. I'm talking about slips. People will pay money for slips. They like slips. People wear slips as slips, under dresses and things like that. Almost every wedding requires them, and spring things and Easter and all of that. But also they'll wear slips as dresses or as tops, or they will rework the slip to make something new. And the Y2K thing, where it had like the slip top and the slip dresses, very, very big. So, so I found a slip for like $3, and it was new with tags. And that was a score. And then I looked in the scrubs section, and I found 2 pairs of figs scrubs. Now, figs are the more expensive scrubs. And so they're a little bit more desirable. And so if you can find fig scrubs for a good price, they're definitely worth the resell. And it's not something that every single other reseller in the store is looking for. So just a little, little tip. So I found 2 pairs of fig scrub pants that I listed last night. Bras can actually do well, especially in hard to find size combos, like small underwear, large cup, that sort of thing. Absolutely. And is there anybody in the chat who has something that they thrift that not everybody thinks about? Like, if I walk in, the first thing I'm going to do is look at the sweatshirts, because everybody wants to find the Patagonia. But is there anything else that you look at that not everybody is looking for, but you just know that for you, it's a winner? Also, J. Crew jackets and J. Crew cardigans do very well for me, despite the fact that they are essentially a mall brand, if you will. They are really consistent sellers for me. So I look at shoes, but most of the time I'm not looking for cute shoes. I'm looking for like hunter boots. And I really, really clock the cowboy boots, but the cowboy boots have to be leather. I won't sell pleather cowboy boots. It just goes against everything I was raised to believe. My father wore cowboy boots all the time. He wore them with shorts. He wore them camping. He wore them everywhere. My father wore cowboy boots, and I was raised watching him lovingly clean those cowboy boots, and he would buff them up. So cowboy boots is something that is always on my radar. And that is something that if you live in a small town and you have like the one little thrift store or 2 little thrift stores, it's one of those things that if you find it, they really sell well online. And it's something that you'll find more in small towns than you will in big cities. When I go into the city to thrift, I almost never find a pair of cowboy boots. When I go to my local Goodwill, or even further south than me, I almost always find at least 1 pair of cowboy boots. Let's check chat. Every once in a while, I look at shirts, which I don't normally prioritize, and I found a cool one. That's the brand name, by the way, KUHL, if you don't know. One that sold quickly, and designer ones, cool vintage ones that will move on Depop. Yeah. There are certain things that'll sell on Depop that would shock you to your toes. I look through pants because my thrifts can't organize for-ish sometimes. So sometimes you find gold. Yeah, vintage and or stained kimono robes, house dresses. I've done very well with pajama sets too. Like I come across a pajama set that's like $6. I'll pick it up. I mean, if it's not, polyester, but even if there are some like vintage ones that you can pick up that are just scores. Angie had some stuff last night that the tag said 5X, but when she held it up, no way it was. You know what? Sometimes too, things get shrunk. And so, it'll still say 5X on the label, but maybe it's been through the wash and maybe it shrunk down a little bit. I've experienced that with lower end items and or items that have wool in them that I didn't realize have wool in them. Sometimes they'll shrink down. At the bins, I pick up men's streetwear by random brands. If it looks cool, it'll always sell. Yeah, the thing that I don't pick up, if I had to say there's one thing I no longer pick up, it's men's shoes. I stopped picking up men's shoes because men don't buy secondhand shoes. It's a rare man that will buy secondhand shoes. If they sell, it takes them forever to sell, unless they are new with tags. They literally have to be new because, and I don't want to say every single time, every man, everywhere. That's not the case, obviously. But for the most part, most men that I talk to, they'll buy used jeans, they'll buy a used polo, whatever. They will not wear used shoes. They're very particular about that. And even though I wash and I sanitize my shoes, and I do, um, yeah, they like all of their or rare sneakers. If you have a really rare sneaker for the sneakerheads, they might pick it up, but they would pick it up more as a collector's item. The chances of them wearing them are slim. Yeah. Thank you. Or it's Asian sizing from another country. That's why we're here, Jen. And anytime you have a question, if you come across something that you think is worth something, give me, holler at your girl. I'm on Insta. I'm on phone. You can always holler at me. I might source if I knew some more. It takes a little while, and you'll never know all about everything because fashion changes lightning fast. But there's always somebody for something. So, and the weirder the better is my thing. If it looks super weird to you, pick it up. You'll never find it again. And yeah, I would if I could find a certain brand. I wonder what brand you're looking for. Yeah, which brand, Patrick? We will look. Jennifer, that's how I feel about anything but clothing because I don't have the energy to learn more. Yeah. Or the space. Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to sell. That's why clothing people have such a such a time with hard goods sometimes because things that look valuable to us, I'm like, oh, that's a painted puppy bank from the 1960s and it's so small and cute and it ships easily and I bet it's worth something and it's got tags on it and it's got engraving on it and it's like one of 200 or whatever, and then you bring it home and it's worth about $5 and you're like, well, I'll be darned. Yeah, it's it's hard to make that transition between the two because you have to have a general knowledge base or you have to have a Glammaz on. Well, good morning. How are you, Glenn? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Because all the brand Bolo lists are BS. They are. When people are like, ISO, by the way, guys, if you've got some, keep an eye out for Patrick Murphy. Bicycle toe, Oxford Black. Wow, that is very specific, Patrick. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Glenn. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I don't know if I gave the energy through. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I had a pair like that 3 years compared to Gold Brand. I was trying. Wow. 10.5 side. Got it. Yeah, learning about new things. I mean, honestly, when I started in reselling, I started with jewelry, so I kind of knew about jewelry a little, but there's no way I can keep up with everything. I've learned more stuff about jewelry in the past 3 months just watching jewelry videos. I got back into jewelry videos and I was watching Texas Val and some others. Vintage Vagabond Vens has a really good jewelry breakdown. Like they go through every week and talk about what sold on eBay, not for them, but for everybody, what the top 10 necklaces or bracelets or whatever, and what those brands were. So you kind of know what to look for. There are Texas Val Jewelry Treasures, used to be, now it's just Texas Val. But she's got a good eye for jewelry and she's got a encyclopedic knowledge of jewelry marks and things like that. There are a couple of other ones too. Susie Dragonfly Bees actually does jewelry sales, and she gives information while she's doing it, and it's always a learning experience for me. I always find something new. I found like 3 pairs, so I am on my second pair. Wow. Diamond D. Morning. I've been missing the show. My new work schedule is weird. Oh, sorry. Well, Phil, it is nice to see you this morning. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Raining here, some street flooding. Oh, wow. Well, I hope it doesn't get any worse. I hope you don't have any you know, issues like getting in and out of your home. Anyway, I'll commit it to memory because I've never picked up that brand otherwise. Hey, Phil. I found this on eBay. Careful when you follow a link from Patrick Murphy, guys. Just be careful. So does size matter when sourcing for clothing to sell? In my opinion, size matters to a certain degree. If you're selling on like Poshmark or eBay, typically for me, larger sizes will sell better. Larger sizes, look up like average, usually with shoe sizes, anything from 7.5 to 9.5 or 10, usually sell pretty well for me. If in clothing sizes, anything from a medium to a 2X usually sells best for me. So yeah, you're just looking for kind of it's not really what sells best as much as how many markets can you cover with that item. So the thing is that the average American is of a certain size, both shoe wise and things. And since with Poshmark, I'm selling specifically in America, specifically in the United States, I'm looking for things that are like anywhere from like a size 10 to a size 18, 20. Because that's where the average American lands. That's not where everybody lands. It's just, sort of an average American thing. So yeah. For guys, 3X plus can do good on shirts. Yes. That's another thing. For men, I usually go with anything from an XL to like a 4XL. 3XL, I've had good luck sending. I just sold a Green Bay Majestic zip up jacket. That was a 3XL. So yeah, size anywhere from size 36 to size 42 in pants and men's. They tend to do quite well. Yeah, big and tall stuff, new with tags. Yeah. Opens the sewer cover that is IG Instagram. Large sizes tend to sell a little more quickly because they find their audience more quickly. And there is, Veronica, you're right, there's more competition with smaller sizes too. That being said, you don't have to stick to those sizes. If you find something that is wonderful and unique, this is the thing. I would rather find something that is like a crazy looking item of clothing. I'd rather find that than a designer piece. With the designer piece, you can't tell, and the audience for that comes and goes. With a crazy piece, there's always somebody looking for crazy, honey. There is always somebody looking for crazy. Sissy, good morning. Good morning. It was good to see you yesterday at the birthday lunch. And I hope that you and mommy are doing well. I hope that you're having a good morning. And this is, thank you for dropping her link, Jennifer. This is a BooTube production company, and she did my intro, my outro. She does my thank yous, and I trust her implicitly. She was born with good taste, unlike somebody else we know. I'm on my phone and can't tag. Aw, that's okay. Our sizing is different to yours. It is. It is. They have it just depends on where you are, because if I were in the UK, um if I were in the UK, gosh, I'm trying to think of what the translation is for. I can't think of it right now, Linlin, but I know that there is like a UK size 6 and then it's like a US size, 4 or something like that. I know that there is a difference for sure. She ate leftover cake for dinner. I mean, is that so bad? I ate leftover pasta for dinner, and it's probably got as many carbs as the cake. Regina, good morning, heart. How are you, baby? Mwah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah, there are two different sizes between the US and the UK. Yeah. But yeah, look for kind of average sizes. Like when you see people walking past you in public, you know, just kind of think what's the average size of your fellow countrymen, and just kind of go from there and then expand on either side of that. It's not that getting a size 0 or a size extra small is bad. If I can find a wonderful thing that's a size 0 extra small, I will pick it up, but it's rare for me to do so because they tend to sit longer. And so it's like a size 5 or 6 shoe. They just tend to sit longer, like a lot longer. So to avoid that, for the quicker flips, I tend to go with kind of more average sizes, I guess. Although if you can find women's shoe sizes that are above a 10, I would pick those up. If you have a women's shoe size that is above a 10, and it's a cute shoe, there are women with larger feet, and I speak from experience, not my personal one, but one of my besties has somewhat larger feet. And she's always looking for really cute flats and stuff because she's very tall and doesn't like wearing heels. So she's always looking for like really cute flats and things like that. And so I would recommend, and like there are non-binary people who are looking for a larger women's shoe size. Yeah, like Vera is a 12 and a half wide in women's shoes. So yeah, there is a market for that. There are certain I feel like there are certain niche markets that you can tap into. You just have to sort of know how to phrase it. So, for example, if I have a very, very sparkling item, I will include all the keywords, sparkly, prom, all of that stuff. But I will also include like show, stage, um, even the word drag, if that, yeah, and and it usually helps them sell. Drag queens go on shop online too, honey. Wide width and wide calf are also hard to find. Yes. I miss Payless. Aw. Vera is a sturdy woman. She's a sturdy gal, as Tom Hanks would say. Because, of course, Patrick knows that size conversion. I miss Payless. We all miss Payless. Trust me. Yeah. Oh, I hope I Googled it right. Yeah, it's hard to know. It's hard to know. There is a whole lot of woman, honey. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. So I'm excited about my sale with Mark and Michael. If you are interested in doing auctions and you haven't had any experience, please reach out to me in April. I will be doing finally an auction on my channel. Finally. I know it's been taking a minute. So an auction in April, and I'm going to make sure and put out the information on that when I get back from vacation on the 29th or 30th. So I think that'll be fun. The Two Old Guys Sunday sale is right here, and that's at 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Mountain, 1 o'clock Pacific. Catch it if you can, because there's going to be some good stuff. My sister, again, has excellent taste in stuff, and she has been kind enough to drop off a bunch of stuff for me. And whatever I didn't get on the last jewelry auction, that's what we're selling tonight. Ashley, we're going on another cruise. Ostensibly, when we booked a cruise that had 2 stops in Mexico, 1 in Honduras, and 1 in the Bahamas. However, we're not sure about what's happening with the stops in Mexico. We have to wait for the State Department to, update that, and they take it day by day. So, yeah. What date am I thinking about doing my auction? I'm not sure. I was thinking mid-April on, typically I like to do it on a Thursday if I can. Yeah, you can focus. None of us can focus. We're all post-pandemic babies. Ashley, it's nice. We have a understanding with the with Royal Caribbean that, we go on and we gamble our full heads off in their casinos and we get free cruises. Sort of an unspoken understanding. They send us offers for more free cruises. They're like, come back and gamble some more. And we're like, sure. Gambling on the high seas. Yeah. Okay, the D1. Yeah. So we've got a seven night cruise, I guess. So we'll be gone for 9 days because we fly in a day early and we leave a day later. So it'll be interesting. I haven't been to Miami before ever. So this will be kind of fun. Jessica, good morning, sweetheart. How are you? I hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you for sharing me out. I appreciate it. Yeah. Patrick focusing on the D instead of the V. That's so funny because it's so true. So the auction also has I've got a vintage coach that'll be going up for auction. I have sarcastic kitchen towels. I have all sorts of jewelry, different jewelry lots, all sorts, from cheap ones to expensive ones. And then I also have like a cast iron frying pan that is seasoned. I've got it's just a weird Yankee candle. I've got a whole array of things. I love to surprise the guys, and it's more fun for me that way. I ain't got time for Rugrats. Patrick, if you keep talking like that, you're going to end up knocked up. Like, okay, nobody knock up Patrick Murphy. He doesn't have time for Rugrats. Patrick does, by the way, have a Rugrat, but his Rugrat is grown, as are mine. Yeah. He said no. So I want to know what's your favorite thing when you go thrifting? Like, what is your favorite thing? What's your favorite section? Like, what's your favorite thing to look for? Is it like antiques and glass? Is it jewelry? Is it clothing? Is it shoes? Accessories? What is your favorite thing to go thrifting for? I'm just curious. And as I was saying, I have been doing some online sourcing. Um, by the way, if you go to the Goodwill, if you go to the Goodwill shop Goodwill online, it is so they have great deals. Just make sure that there is a little box where you can calculate the shipping before you put in a bid. Calculate that shipping because they ship everything FedEx and it makes a difference. Sometimes it makes a $12 difference. And that's something that I learned the hard way. So, yeah. Oh my God, Michael, good morning. Mwah. How are you, my angry otter? How are you, my angel? I hope you and Kev are doing great. And I hope you are having decent weather and not having to storm chase. Oh, Carrie, my whole life is Rugrats and old ladies. Yeah. Again, my apologies. Hasn't quite gone away. I don't think the smoking is helping. Not favorite, but I still always look at all the jeans. Yeah. And dresses. I get that. Jewelry, then vintage stuff. Yes. I love a jewelry section. All of the above. All of it. Michael, we were just talking about what is our favorite thing to thrift. What do you go to? Shameless plug. There is no shame in your game, Patrick Murphy. He does have a new channel. There's a sample runtime, 39 seconds. So check out the sample and of Patrick Murphy's new channel. You have got to check it out. He is a rock and roll legend. He is Johnny Fever reincarnated. I've debated sourcing on Whatnot, but I just hate the fast-moving auction style. Scavenger hunt for jeans for my skinny mini husband. Skinny jeans for skinny people are very, very hard to find, especially if they're tall. My brother has trouble finding things, and he's always been like the guy with the super high metabolism. Aunt Boo and I are real happy about that he got that one. But he's always been super skinny and really tall, and it's very hard to find jeans for him thrifting. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I'm up to the fast auction style, but the only one way to find it. Handbags and the shoes for me, not a reseller. You know what though? Handbags and shoes. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, I also thrift handbags and shoes for myself. If you shop your local store on Shop Goodwill, you can do local pickup as an option and save on that expensive shipping. Oh, that's why they asked me to type in. Okay. That is good information. That's great information. Thank you, Michael. I'll check that out. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, Marcy? So can I pick up your radio station here in Delaware, Patrick? I buy Hummels and Ladro figures. I have never heard of Ladro figures. I've heard of Hummel figurines, but not Ladro. Is that Lladro? Huh. I've never heard of the Ladro. I wonder, is it Hummel-like? Is it like Hummel, or is it a different type of figurine? And I love finding stuff for my kid on Dollar Day, half off color. I got him an awesome jacket for $250 the other day. Yeah. And kids don't get made fun of for having thrifted clothing anymore. When I was young, we got made fun of for that. Yeah, they're like, your mom shops at the Goodwill. And now it's like, yeah, your mom shops at the Goodwill. Everybody's mom does. Holly asked me to get a video together on explaining that. I guess I need to. Gotcha. Okay. Veronica, I had to stop sourcing on Whatnot. I now have a few totes of jewelry now. I understand that, Regina. I get that. Yeah, my kid is tall and skinny. We do adjustable waistband for everything and almost never because jeans, because life's, yeah. Yeah. Bye, Jessica. Have a wonderful day. If I could trust myself. Got so many totes of jewelry. See, that's the thing. I love jewelry. I love selling it. I love looking through it. I love feeling like I'm King Midas and just going through it like Scrooge McDuck, woo, DuckTales. But it's so what is valuable and what is what has value and what doesn't changes so often in jewelry as in clothing. It really does. There are some things that are forever. Chanel is forever. You can't go wrong with Chanel. I like looking at the art and furniture at thrift store. It's always fun. Yeah, my sister went through a phase where she was like picking up secondhand furniture and recovering it, and her house was it's like a Better Homes and Gardens magazine. I mean, it's just amazing. Different Ladros from Spain and large figures. Ah, got it. Susie, Dragonfly Bees. Susie, I have Vintage Coach. Today I have Kate Spade. I have new and old and craft and not craft and silver and everything jewelry. I have Kendra Scott. I have all sorts of stuff today on the Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale auction. So check it out if you're looking to source. Nobody can tell it's thrifted anyway. That is a very good point. Yeah, that is a very good point. But there's not always a great selection of boys' clothes because the knees. Yeah. Yeah, boys are a lot, having raised 3 boys, I can say that they are a lot harder on their clothes. They're very, very, they're tough on a jean. They are tough on a jean. Ladro is very expensive, very unique. Pieces can go for thousands. Michael is sourcing it. Susie, did you buy something from Jennifer's Etsy's? We have to attend Dana's sale. I hope you do. I hope you do. Jennifer, no, I did not. I had a sale from Susie in New York. Ah, okay. Good for you. You had a sale. Congratulations. I hope it happened while I was live. I love it when sales happen while you're live and you're like, oh, yay, I just sold this thing. So I've had some decent sales this past week. Not over the top, but I've had some good solid bread and butter things. So so I'm up to about 220 for the week, I think. So nothing, like I said, nothing nothing starstruck and outstanding. But it's pennies in the jar, kiddos. It's pennies in the jar. Now I was thinking, last week, as you know, I tried to do the brunch later, and that did not work out for me or for most of you, which is okay because that's how I learn. But I tried to do it at like 2 p.m, which I think is just too late for everybody, and people are already like into their Sunday things. They are spending their tax refunds. Yes, Susie. Oh, it was the other day. You already shipped it out. Okay. I hope they paid a fortune for whatever they bought. And yeah, get that tax refund money, guys. List it. Quarters in the slot machine. I mean, in my case, yes. So I was thinking, let me know what your feelings are about going live at 11 instead of 10. let me know how you feel about that. You don't have to let me know in the live chat if you don't want to, but if you want to shoot me an email, you're more than welcome, or reach out on Insta, you're more than welcome. Um, what I'm trying to do is find a good work life balance where I can enjoy my weekend and stay out a little bit later on Saturday night without it being an issue where I'm rushing to the screen on Sunday morning. Because 10 o'clock on Sunday morning is a little rough on me some mornings. It is. It wasn't this morning because for some reason, I woke at like what I thought was 8:20 and it was 9:20, and I was like boop 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 boop. So I was a little goggled, I guess. I was begoggled. I was goofy. I feel like daylight savings is not cool right now. Daylight savings is not cool in the spring. Nobody likes daylight savings time in the spring. Jennifer, I mean, I will eventually do what works for me, but I also want to make sure that it works for, the people who are actually giving me their time, because time is a very valuable gift to give somebody. And I truly appreciate and value that gift. And so it's not just about me. It's also about the people who like to come in and chat. Whatever suits you, it's afternoon here. That's another thing. I don't want to go so late that I don't want to go so late that, that my British friends, my friends from the UK are not able to see it also. 710 is oil. Cheers. Cheers is right. Coffee toast, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Coffee. Coffee toast. Coffee with toast. Well, I like the coffee toast better. I always like coffee and ice water together. Whoever invented coffee with ice water is a genius. Coffee, yes, coffee toast. I have an espresso machine now. It was what I asked for my birthday, and I got it, and I really like it. It makes your coffee like aerated and foamy. I don't know. I for some reason I really really like that coffee. So I bought a tube of decaf pods for my mommy. So when she visits, she gets the decaf coffee, and she really likes the coffee too. So I felt good about spoiling her with a little foamy coffee. It's so funny. She's like, "Oh, it's very foamy," and I'm like, "Yes, it is." You're not a coffee drinker? Not everybody's a coffee drinker. Some people wake up and they drink Diet Coke. Some people wake up and they will drink, just water or juice or milk or tea. Some people are very, very love big tea drinkers. But Brenda Reed, you are right. Excuse me. You always have to have the ice water chaser. I love the foam too, boo. I do. There's something about a foamy coffee, and I use exotic creamers. I use International Delight creamers. It's the same crap that you find in the grocery store. But the caramel macchiato creamer is so good. If you haven't tried it, don't, because it's addictive and you won't be able to stop. I mod for Tommy on What Night on Sunday at noon. Whatnot on Sunday at noon. I just remembered he's taking a break right now, though. Yeah, I wonder, is he planning on coming back soon, or is he on vacation, or is he just kind of taking a break from it right now to sort of sort out what he wants to do with it? So if you go on at noon when he's doing shows, I can't be here. I gotcha. Lots to do. Much love, my dragonfly bees. Susie and I have such similar taste. It's almost scary. If I see her bid on something, I usually try to sit on my hands and I'll just back down on it, because I love her so much. But sometimes we have to go toe to toe in auctions because we have the exact same taste in like jewelry and purses and stuff. It's crazy. But she's got, in my opinion, she's got excellent taste. Of course, that's me saying that I have excellent taste too. Hubby uses whatever I buy him. That makes sense. That does make sense, Brenda. And mine does too. Mine does too, or at least he tries. He's trying to work out his sources or something. I gotcha. Yeah. He's not sure when it could be, whenever. Yeah, I understand that. You never know, sourcing is always tricky with retail arbitrage. You have to make sure that you are getting the best deal that you can. Hey, Dusty Leather and Lace, how's it going? What a cute avatar. That is just adorable. I love that. I am just hanging out, Dusty. Jane's smoking on my channel because it's my channel and I can. So, if you don't like it, change channels. This is not a child's channel. If you are under the age of 18, please fuck off. Go somewhere. Go on. Bye-bye. This is not your channel. This isn't for you. You're not going to like it. It's boring old people reselling talk, and you hate us anyway. So if you're under 18, go. Just go. Go play a game on your computer or tablet. I don't know. Yeah, it's dusty old people. Speaking of dusty. No, it's just a bunch of crusty old people talking about their own stuff. So I did say F them kids. I said, yeah, fuck them kids. They don't need to be here. Unless it's my nephew, in which case he is a crusty old lady. On the inside, he is such an old lady. He loves the Golden Girls. My nephew is an old lady on the inside where it counts. Such language on my virgin ears. Oh, honey. If you would have heard me get rolling out of bed this morning and realizing it was an hour later than I thought, I would have burned your ears off. I was stomping through the house trying to get my coffee and wash my face and brush my teeth. And I'm like, I cuss like a sailor. He lives my best life. He lives your best 80-year-old life. Yes. He is, honestly, my nephews are they're so gorgeous, and they're so the opposite of boring. My nephews are both incredibly interesting kids, and they are and they're smart, and they're some of the most beautiful children you've ever laid your eyes on. They're both olive skinned with black hair and blue eyes, so you can imagine how gorgeous they are. They are just so beautiful. So we have pretty kids in my family. My son is pretty. I love my son, and he looks like me. Actually, no, he looks like the best of me and his dad. I think he's got a jaw like granite. I mean, it's just, ugh. So yeah, they are a lot. Yes, they are a lot, but they are also a lot of fun for me. I'm glad that they're my nephews. Anyway, that's enough bragging about kids, But, if they're watching, fuck off. Go. Except for Danny, because you're an old lady. But yeah, if you're under the age of 18, get out of here. Come on. You've got better things to do with your life than to listen to old people. I'm not telling any stories that of historical value at all. There we go. I already have a long F list this morning. See, Dusty gets it. Dusty gets it. I don't know why everybody else doesn't. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. Now, I don't curse on other people's channels. I don't. And I don't always curse on mine. But yeah, my kid is a lot, but at least he's smart, funny, and never boring. And that's the thing. And gorgeous he's gorgeous when he's awake. He's a beautiful child. Jennifer, thank you so much for dropping this link again. I appreciate it. And if you want to, we are well seasoned, Brenda. if you want to check me out later on today on the Two Old Guys, I promise I'm going to be watching my language and not smoking. So, there's that. There is that. So, with that being said, it is officially 11 a.m. and I am going to follow my own advice and just fuck right along. So if you don't know, then you better ask somebody, because no matter whether you are effing off or not, please remember, Glammaz loves you. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Mwah. See you at 2 Old Guys this afternoon. Bye, guys.